Yes.
Good afternoon. We're going to call the meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners to order, and we're going to have a roll call.
Vice Chairperson Blackman,
Present.
Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Fagade, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioners Kinlock, Forte, and Einhauser do plan to attend, but they are not here at the moment, but we do have a quorum.
Are we expecting the chair?
Four.
Are we expecting the chair
We-
to attend? Did you say that?
We are.
I see. Very good. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Chair.
Been supported. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. The next item is the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion?
Chair, I move approval. Madam Chair.
And properly moved and supported that we approve the minutes of what meeting?
Of June 30th, 2027. I'm sorry. 4 minutes. Will it suffice to say the, our last meeting?
June 30th?
Right, yeah. Right.
May 20th.
Our last meeting.
May 20th.
Pardon?
May 20th.
May 20th. Is there a second to that motion? It's been properly moved and supported that we approve the minutes of May 20th, 2026. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Let the record reflect that we have been joined by Commissioner Forte. Commissioner? We really should not go to the next, we should probably pause because it's election of officers is next. And we have a significant person who is not here. I suppose we could go on with it. What is the will of the board? Should we proceed or should we actually, we're going to do what we're going to do anyway, so. But if we want to, we can continue. Let us continue. The next item on the agenda is the election of officers. Is there, item 2026-143A, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I rise to,
The City of Detroit Water and Sewer approves the following officer of chair.
correct? And,
2026 through June 30th, 2027. Is there a name that you wish to put forward?
Hauser.
Is there support?
Support.
It has been properly moved and supported that we approve Michael Einhauser as the chair for the year 2026 through June 30th, 2027. No, you have been asked. No, you're not sitting there. You're sitting right here.
You're doing fine.
We will change places. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Congratulations, Mr. Chair.
Abstain.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much. It's the 13th consecutive year. Yeah, but so thank you. It's an honor. I think now what's in order is electing a vice chairman and vice chair. Would anyone like to make a nomination?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate the Honorable Mary Blackman.
Right, and is there support? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, we will declare nominations closed and accept the election of our vice chairman by acclamation. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, and Commissioner Blackman is elected. Thank you.
May I just say thank you very much to my colleagues. It's been a pleasure. It always has been a pleasure working with such an esteemed board, knowledgeable, committed, and dedicated to the citizens of our region. So thank you so very much.
All right, next item C, the election of a board secretary for the term of July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2027. Is there a motion?
And we have
I would move
that we elect
Commissioner Davis.
John Henry Davis for secretary of the board.
Do you accept? Are there any other nominations?
A second?
I think we have, is there support?
Support.
Nominations? Then nominations are closed and a vote is in order to elect Commissioner John Henry Davis by acclamation. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? I guess if there was opposed, it wouldn't be acclamation. Thank you very much, Commissioner Davis. Congratulations. Next, item D has to do with the adoption of a schedule of board meetings for the next fiscal year. What is your pleasure? Is there a motion?
Chair, I would move the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewerage Department adopts a fiscal year 2026 through 2027 schedule of board meetings attached to this motion, and also authorizes the chairman and the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
All right, it's moved and supported. Any discussion? The Open Meetings Act requires us to announce our schedule of meetings in advance, and that's what we're doing. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? And that is adopted. Next, we'll move on to public comment. Can we play the recording for the public comment rules and regulations? Yes.
Hey, could I just read a brief paragraph prior to the instructions? I think that this paragraph will help direct some of the public comment. Thank you. And this is with regards to the status of the Lifeline H2O benefits. The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, DWSD, is pleased to inform the Board of Water Commissioners, current Lifeline H2O enrollees, and our community partners that the enrollment in the Lifeline H2O program for the current enrollees has been extended through June 30th, 2027. There will be no need for current enrollees to recertify for Lifeline H2O at this time. The $34 monthly Lifeline H2O amount will continue through June 30th, 2027. DWSD is committed to supporting Detroit residents enrolled in Lifeline H2O and helping customers stay informed about their accounts. And I'll just say there'll be more to come in the next couple of weeks with regards to also having some availability to allow new residents to also be added to those roles. But there'll be no need for recertification. The enrollees that are in the program now will stay in the program for another year. And we will come back in the next couple of weeks with additional information on dollars that could be available to allow new enrollees into the program. Thank you.
All right. Commissioner Blackman?
I'm not sure it's appropriate at this time, but after the vote.
Then can we get the rules on public comment?
To make a comment, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device using the Zoom app. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. During public comment, after your name is called, you will be given permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon, if you're online or on the Zoom app, or *6 if you're calling in. At the beginning of your comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work in, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment, and please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you make a comment, and in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link located with the Board of Water Commissioners meeting event posted on the DWSD homepage at detroitmi.gov/DWSD. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the committee meeting. Thank you for your attention.
The first person I have have signed up to talk to us is Amos Rios. Mr. Rios.
James Rios, also known as Jimmy the Plumber, here as Lone River Solutions LLC. During the February 2025 flood in Southwest Detroit, I was approached by Brian Peckinpah, then Director of Public Affairs, and asked on behalf of this department to enter in a secret contract to manage the underground operations during that event. I have still not been paid in full. I am here at the invitation of the chairman to come back if this matter wasn't resolved. Due to the clandestine nature of my agreement with this department, I wanted to be sure the board is aware.
The only thing is, dude, I don't want to be, I've already told you about the Patsy Scout, man. You know where I sit with that. And I'm not trying to be one of these Mackinac bad news stories and it doesn't work out the way we agreed on. Right? And
No, that's not the case with us. I talked to Gary about it this week too.
what do you say?
So we're still on the same page, same hourly rate, same scope. I told him procurement said do a spot, it's called a spot buy. Instead of a contract, spot buy, POs attached to the scope, and then you can invoice against that PO.
Okay, and that's what it'll be. The thing that I wanted to make sure we're on the same page is that nothing's changed as far as if we're changing from contract to PO, that's fine. If it needs to be PO until the contract's in place, that's fine. As long as we're still good there, bro.
We're still good.
Yeah. All right,
The
good.
mechanisms changing, but not the
All right,
scope and the
dude, as long as you,
fee.
yeah, as long,
Like,
dude, as long
nothing's
as
changed with that.
that's fine. And as long as, you're telling me to my face, man, and we're good,
Yeah,
we're
we're
good.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So,
And plus we're good, why I say December is that even procurement recommended this. Project out that you're gonna work the same amount through December. So that if you do, the money is there. If you don't, then if we end in July, then we're good.
that's fine,
But
yeah.
if you do, the money is there. That way we don't have to go back and try to get a new PO.
Yeah.
PO's all set.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, when this,
So it's gonna be a not to exceed amount based on the next till December 31st, whatever that amount works out to be.
yeah,
I'll have to do the calculation.
that's fine. Dude, the only thing is,
You are all now informed. As my attempt to handle this issue discreetly have proven fruitless, you can hear the rest of the details about the failures of this department to keep your word in a very much more public forum in the near future.
All right, thank you very much. Lachena Hayes Josiah. Good afternoon, Ms. Josiah.
Afternoon. Again, I'm LaShawna Hayes, Josiah, and I'm still coming back. So I'm just going to read what I wrote to keep my thoughts clear. June 17th, 2025, January 17th, 2025, a backflow occurred at 8251 Beaverland. The first thing that happened while the workers, the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department were working on a drain on the corner of my block, there was a card on the door that says who to call, the customer care assistants. I did that. Then they gave me an emergency number. I dialed that. First contact was with Antoinette at approximately 5:50 p.m. on January 17, 2025. Inspector Williams and an unidentified contractor came into my home and announced to me that the flood water in my basement was a backflow, which occurred while they were working on the drains. I ended up getting a new claim number, 144778. Then I talked with someone named Audrey on the 24th of 2025, January 24, 2025, Public Affairs, Detroit Water and Sewerage Department. From there, Damon Adams, Administrative Analyst. Then City Councilman Fred Durhall, Ombudsman's Office, Madam Ombudsman Sherry Danyango, Justin Harrison. Correspondence to the City Council Office, Ombudsman's Office, Mayor's Office, Detroit Board of Water Commissioner meetings from August through June of 25 to today. I spoke with Mr. Matthew Phillips. I spoke with Elizabeth Morales. Director Gary Brown directed me back to Mr. Phillips. And then I spoke with a Nikaya partner, if I'm messing up the name, Braden Pinson. Then an email was received from Ms. Morales with a claim number of 260170 on May 21st, 2026. And I was at the subsequent meeting the week before that. And they said are not responsible for sewer-related damages unless there's evidence. The public sewer had a defect, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We appreciate your documentation, but the documentation does not show that these services were related to a defect in the public sewer system. Therefore, we are unable to approve your claim at this time. January 17, 2025, Detroit Water and Sewerage Department Inspector Williams and an unknown contractor were working on drains on the corner of my block. My drain backflow, which was their determination, not a claim about a damaged sewer. It is apparent that there is not a clear and immediate way to care for public concerns when public workers are working on public infrastructure. The buck pass in my basement, appliances, shower, and the floor, et cetera, is collateral damage left in the wake of this aftermath. I fell for the promise of a card on the door, who to call, customer care assistance. I do not have a problem with high salaries, but when they outweigh the funds available to care for the public, when the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is responsible for backflow damages, yes, it is a clear problem. Thank you.
Donna Davis?
Hello, everyone. Donna Davis, and I'm here in regards to an issue that dates back to 2024. This is my third time coming, and it's regarding the lead service line that they did in my home and across the street. Cement was messed up. My basement is still messed up, and I'm here to just plead that I get my work done. I've talked to numerous people. They come out, and I hope the contractor, the third-party contractor out of Ann Arbor, I hope they weren't paid. After I continuously called them back, she got to where she blocked me because she's like, I guess I was calling her too much. Okay, so initially she said they were gonna come back and repair. They didn't repair. They left my basement nasty. They left my doorway. They left it mudded. They left all of this, and this is kind of a repeat, but I've been going through this. The last person that I spoke to was the project manager, Gary Watkins. He called, he sent out another contractor. The contractor looked at the cement. He said, he'll be back and give him a few months or weeks or whatever to come back. As of today, my cement is still not repaired. My basement is still not repaired. I should not have to go 2 to 3 years. And I brought my photos the last time I came. These are the same photos that I brought. And you guys wouldn't want, paid numerous money to get this, my pavement done. And now they did this like a 2-year-old done it. They wouldn't leave anybody's house like this. But I have pictures and I'll leave a copy afterwards for everyone to see between this and my basement, and I know it's collecting mold at this time. This and this, it should, since 2024, it just shouldn't be acceptable. I pay my bills. I've been a resident here for over 50-something years. And all I ask is that my stuff get corrected. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you, guys. And if I can leave the pictures with someone, I'll leave them, and I want to have my copy. Okay, and I'll give you mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bridget Salem? Or Scallon? Bridget? One, isn't it?
Thanks. I'll just pause for about 10 seconds because I noticed as the other people who made public comment were speaking, many of you were looking down and not looking at the person who was speaking, which is a basic form of respect. I see one Board of Water Commissioner continuing to look down at his phone. The gentleman to the right of the commissioner with the green blouse on.
Having a little trouble hearing. Could you speak more directly? Thank you.
I noticed that as other people were making public comment, many of the board members were looking down at your notes or looking down at your phone. So I was pausing so that you could look up at me to recognize that I'm a person and we're all equal people here. Okay, I'll proceed now. You might recognize me because I've been here before. I first brought to your attention the almost $40,000 or more than $40,000 debt that the landlord Jeffrey Cohen owed to you more than a year ago. Currently now, more than 14 months later, he's on a payment plan for many of his rental properties, including a short-term rental property in Brush Park that's a mansion, and also several properties in Virginia Park. 14 months later, he continues to owe almost $40,000 despite being on a payment plan. I can only imagine that that payment plan was only prompted by my public comment because he had neglected for years to pay his water bills, despite tenants paying their own each month money that should have been going to the water bills that was in their contract. So this was, as I've mentioned before to you, an issue of consumer fraud. And I can see you just yawned, but actually this is, this gentleman is not even paying attention to me, I guess, because I said he just yawned and he didn't even look at me. So I've printed out a letter for you and the records so that you can see the records that I've recently FOIA'd so that you can see this is a pretty black and white issue. And this landlord, Jeffrey Cohen, continues to owe, I think, about at least $3,000 on a property that was foreclosed. So I'm bringing this to your attention because it's a matter of public health and public safety, but also I see it as a dereliction of your duty to enforce the law. And I made 6 copies, but I guess you can share. Continue to stand up here and pause so that you can perhaps pass around my letter to make sure that it's distributed, please. Thank you. And I also want to say that I've sent this letter to you first in March, a similar version, and nobody responded. So that if you'd like to attract new residents to Detroit, I'm a former resident, I'm in Grosse Pointe Park now, then I would suggest that you at least dignify people with a response, a courtesy of a response. Thank you.
I do have a response. And I'm going to read the material. I haven't read it yet, but it sounds to me like this is a landlord tenant issue that should be managed in 36th District Court. I haven't read the documents, but from what was described, it appears to be a legal issue. We go out of our way to come up with policies that do not allow landlords to use the water department as an eviction tool to put people out of their homes without going to court. And now it seems that we're being asked by a tenant to do just what we protect tenants from landlords doing. Again, I didn't interrupt you, please. I didn't interrupt you. So we will certainly look at the documents. I will direct my legal team to review the documents. And if there's any legal action that is appropriate by the water department, I will direct them to take that action. However, from what I've heard so far, this seems like a legal issue between a landlord and a tenant.
Mr. Chair, would like to go a little bit further. I would like to refer this letter and whatever review that the department, that the director does to the Legal Affairs Committee to just have just a formalized report to this commission as it relates to this matter. So I'd like to refer this to the committee and a report to come to the committee. Yep.
Objection, that's done. Okay.
Tenants, I did not identify myself as a current tenant. I'm not a current tenant, so I would appreciate if you informed yourself before making such a judgment that I'm a tenant. And you looked at the past year, more than a year of documentation of records that I've shared with you before making such a misjudgment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Here with Jimmy, your legal counsel several months ago, he consulted me. I'm an unpaid citizen. I shouldn't be bringing this to your attention more than a year later. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is Carvette Alexander. Good afternoon, Mr. Alexander.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for taking the time out to listen to my grievance today. Hello, and thank you for hearing my grievance. I am a resident of the historical district of Rosedale Park. I moved into my home of October 2022. As of 3/14/2026, I suffered a dilemma. I went to check my current balance on my water bill, only to find that it showed an astounding amount. Once I thought about it, I seen and got my emotions together, figured it might have been a systematical error. I decided to call in and speak with a representative. I spoke with the guy at DWSD about my account, and he stated that based on what he saw, it showed my meter was estimated. So he said there was nothing more he can do until a meter reader came out to check my meter. So I scheduled, and I did so. I had a DWSD reader at my residence on 5/1/2026. I was away on work responsibilities, but my son was available at our home. Once the reader concluded the process, my son stated that the reader left a picture of a diagram of some changes that needed to take place in order to replace my meter. I agreed. So now I scheduled a plumber to come and do the necessary work. However, at the time, I had to reschedule. Now I'm dealing with a third representative of DWSD, in which this time it was a female. Now from here, things became difficult. I was attempting to explain the information based on what I had received from other representatives. She insisted that my bill would not change, and she stated that I was being undercharged, and the reason for the bill was due to the meter's time frame of estimation, which was based on the year of 2024 to 2025. I then stated that makes no sense to allow something like this to go on for so long. It felt predatory, especially considering that I pay my bill by app regularly. No notes or any contact to indicate such an issue, and my app, nothing at all. No, so from here, considering the amount, she suggested that I make a payment plan. I said, well, what I pay for, anything that I don't understand as far as in why it's showing that astounding amount. Nothing was making sense. However, I did schedule the replacement after battling with one more DWSD representative. My meter was changed out on the 14th of May. Still hoping my bill would be handled, nothing changed. From here, I reached out to an ombudsman by the name of Justin Hairston, explaining my dilemma. He stated he would investigate the matter, and by the 20th of May, I reached back out. He was genuinely interested and concerned. However, I didn't get the matter resolved. But also on the 20th of May, the very same day after speaking with the ombudsman, I received a call unexpectedly from a DWSD service tech who was at my residence. My son called me immediately and said that the service tech said that he needed to replace the replacement due to ineffective readings. I was irritated. Nothing is making sense. I explained for all the inconvenience caused, no one is suffering like me. From the 14th to the 20th, the ombudsman asked my total owed, and from 1 week, my account jumped up another $400 just by me checking the app. Not to mention, I'm still not sure to this day if my meter is functioning properly. But I am steadily seeing the amount increase. All I would like to do is to proceed in my life with the undercharge cut off from my bill and reinstall accurate data and service to my residents. One of the ladies I spoke with also stated that my meter was supposed to be updated in 2024. My wife asked the time frame of how often these meters are replaced. The representatives, yes.
Time has expired. Thank you very much.
All right, I would like to just get to the point of, I think that ultimately I need somebody to look at this. I just spoke with one of the representatives and nothing seems to be getting resolved and my bill is steady climbing. So I just would like to have somebody from here hopefully look into the matter and see about it getting resolved and let me know when it can be resolved. Thank you.
From customer service?
4 different customer service representatives, and all of them keep telling me a manager will get in touch with me. And only one manager has gotten in touch with me, but she also stated that she was on vacation. So there was no other managers that I could speak with, and my bill is steady climbing.
Someone from customer service is going to talk to you right now in the back of the room. Yes, thank you very much. That's all I have in terms of sign up. Is there anyone else in the room here personally that would, there's nobody else in the room, period. Is there anybody online that would like to address the board?
Mr. Chair, we do have one hand, we have 2 hands that are raised at this time. The first person is Cecily McClellan.
All right. Ms. McClellan.
Thank you very much, Cecily McClellan, We the People of Detroit. I was very pleased to hear the announcement regarding the H2O program and that residents would not have to recertify. That had been very much a concern, particularly looking at the number of people that are in need of this program. I am looking forward to finding out whether there will be additional dollars in July for additional residents to sign up. It is an ongoing concern. Probably one of our basic calls that we receive on our hotline is persons that could not complete the Easy Pay program. Very seldom do I get an opportunity to refer them and to sign up for Easy Pay when they need assistance. And as you know, the H2O program had not been available. It is our hope that the dollars and the source of the dollars that are coming from DWSD as well as from GLEWA can be increased. There's as you all know, there's a great need and those funds are not sufficient. We had the opportunity to attend a press conference yesterday for Debbie Dingell as well as to Rashida Tlaib, and they're pushing legislation that would finance the LIWA program. And this program will promote the provisions to promote universal access to drinking water, assistance to low-income households, the prohibition of water service disconnection and association fees, and equitable treatment on owner-occupant households and renter households. This is a win-win for everyone. It's on a federal level. It's talking about $20 billion over a 10-year period. These would be the dollars that could truly begin to create what is called a true water affordability program. So it's good to see that on the federal level, there is movement and legislation that is addressing the need of steady increase in water bills. But additionally, we also know on the state level, we have the House Bill 4555, Water Now Bill, and 5170 to 5173. We would like to see something happen here locally at the city of Detroit level, where we can have an ordinance that would codify into law that water affordability should be guaranteed by the ordinance or legislator of the city of Detroit. You will be receiving a communication in the next few days regarding placing on the dashboard the number of shutoffs. It is crucially important in terms of these dollars to know who are being impacted and who cannot afford their water bill. So look forward for that to be responded to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan.
Mr. Chair, the next caller is Norel Hemphill.
Ms. Hemphill?
Yes, good afternoon to the Board of Water Commissioners. My name is Attorney Norel Hemphill. I serve as the Legal and Public Policy Manager for We the People of Detroit. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to our public comments, and also Director Brown for providing us with more information regarding the Lifeline plan. We know that, as Ms. McClellan mentioned, we do get a lot of calls on our hotline, and some of the calls that we've been receiving and some of the conversations that we've been having with folks in community have been about this new process. So thank you for providing not only that information, but some continuity and quite frankly, peace of mind to those low-income residents who are enrolled in the Lifeline H2O program. We would like to know about funding for this next fiscal year, which starts in less than a month. Will there be space for other folks to enroll in Lifeline H2O? We know that you have been collecting names of people who are able to sign up and join the waiting list. If there is a time such that there will be more money for that program. So, is there more money? If so, how much more? And I know that's maybe something that is not known at this time, but if we could even find out how much money is on the DWSD side and how much money is to be expected from Great Lakes Water Authority. And then how many people are on that waiting list? We have not heard any reports of that. Again, it's just helpful when we do go out into community that we have these answers, and it provides community with not necessarily a resolution to the increasing cost of water and them navigating unaffordable water, but it helps them to have more information, which puts them more at ease versus not knowing, not having information, and no expectation of if there will be any type of reprieve or help with the unaffordable water bills. In that, we do ask for you to echo what Ms. McClellan was saying, to support the legislation, the Water Access Act, and the Water Access and Affordability Act on the federal level that was introduced by Congresswomen Dingell and Tlaib. If you could support those, and also the Affordable Water Now House legislation that was introduced by Representative Devendorf. Again, we're fighting for clean, safe, and affordable water for all people. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, the next hand that's raised is Miko A. Williams.
Mr. Williams. D'Amico?
Yes, hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Yes, hi, good afternoon. D'Amico Williams, Chief Executive Director of Hydrate Detroit. We're a 501c3 water rights organization that provides help, consultation, and advocacy with Detroit residents that have a high water bill, a water shutoff, or a pending water shutoff, and we try to work our best ways to get them resolved. I have been happy to say that some of the people that we've been sending to the Water and Sewage Department to help resolve their situations have been arranged in another easy pay arrangement. I'd like to thank this board for reconstituting the payment plans and making sure that people don't get shut off. But also, I'm very concerned about everyone in the city having $1,000 water bills. And that gentleman that just left from you that spoke about his water situation, the old meters are becoming a problem where you're putting new meters and you're trying to charge debt off the old meter. This has to be resolved because a lot of people in the city are dealing with this issue. That's why people don't want these new meters, is because they cheat your bills and you don't have an average estimate of the water that you're using. Because if the meter was broken, disconnected, or if it was faulty, okay, residents shouldn't be they shouldn't be saddled with that problem. You all are responsible for that problem. And then also, I would like to address landlord names. I'm sorry, tenants' names being put on the water bill of the landlord property address if they're not owning, renting, or owning to lease the property in their responsibility. I don't think tenants' names should go on landlords' water bills. I don't care if it's a lease agreement, a deed, or however. It should be absolved. Any charges on that property should be absolved before tenants move in them, because the tenants should not have to pay the debt of the property of someone else. And I've been advocating for rule changes and policy changes for years. I think this department supports scumlord millionaires and allow them to get away with it versus residents that have been calling trying to get help. And then another thing, I'm going to ask once again of this board and its chairman and the director, when are you going to come meet with community? DWSD, the city of Detroit, is responsible of having public community engagement meetings. You have not had a community meeting since COVID. COVID is over. People in the community want to meet you. They want to see you and they want to talk to you. It should be, the meeting should be done in recreation centers instead of in schools instead of churches. And there should be a separate area where DWSD billing computers should be, and specialists should be able to help residents get their concerns met, since we don't have no payment centers in the city. I need this to happen immediately, please.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, there are no other hands raised at this time.
All right, then we will close public comment and move on to communications. Item 7A, there are attached communications, Crown Auto Sales, an address on Joy Road, and reply to communications from Omar Alexander. Is there a motion to receive and file?
So move, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, and that is adopted. Are there any items to come to us from the commissioners? None. Unfinished business? There is none. And so we move on to item 10. Items 9A through H is the approval of the consent agenda. I did some quick back of the envelope.
Mr. Chair, if there's no objection or call for removing any of the items from under item 10, 10A through 10H, I move adoption of the approval of the consent agenda.
Moved. Is there a second? Is there any commissioner that would like to remove any items from the consent agenda? You have the prerogative to do that. There's well over $15 million being spent. And I should say that we reviewed all of these contracts at the committee level. They come to us from the Finance Committee with a recommendation that they be adopted. All right, hearing no requests to remove any of the items, is there any questions or comments by any commissioners? Hearing none, all those in favor of the adoption of the consent agenda, please say aye. Any opposed? And that motion is adopted. Next is new business. And there's an adjustment to the July 1st committee meetings. Is that because of the 4th of July?
Yes, we have a holiday scheduled, and so the idea was for the board to move and adjust that meeting from July 1st to July 8th, which is the following week.
So we don't have to vote on that. That's an administrative matter. All right, next is the director's message. Mr. Director?
Two things. The water quality report has now been published. Our water continues to meet or exceed all state and federal standards. We are also doing our lead and copper sampling. The limit is 12 parts per billion, and last year we came in at 8. So we are well under what that limit is. What was the other thing, Matt? Here we go. Motor City Makeover. I had the pleasure of joining some of our colleagues on May 30th. We were able to plant a bunch of trees, operate some equipment, place some mulch, and have basically share a good time together while beautifying a park in North Corktown. It really is an enjoyable time, and thank you to all who participated. That's it.
Any questions or comments?
Comment or question, really. How do you decide what part of the city you're going to engage in for Motor City Makeover?
Through the mayor's office, they usually give us choices or assignments where to go. There's many, many departments over multiple weekends.
Thank you.
All right. Right, next is, are there any comments by commissioners?
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Blackman.
all of my commissioners, I'd like to extend our sincere condolences to our board secretary in the loss of her sister, and we certainly want her to know that our prayers and support are there for her and with her.
Thank you. And you indeed speak for all of us. Other comments by commissioners? Comments by the chair? I have none. Are there any other matters to come before the public session of the Board of Water Commissioners? Hearing none, then there is a motion to go into closed session. Would any commissioner like to make that motion? Forte.
Just look at the wording here. Saw it. I'd like to move that the Board of Water Commissioners agrees to meet with legal counsel in closed session pursuant to Section 8C of the Michigan Open Meetings Act to discuss ongoing litigation for the Board of Water Commissioners.
It's their support. And that requires a roll call vote. So would you please call the roll?
Chairperson Einhauser. Yes. Commissioner Blackman. Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes.
Commissioner Fagade.
Yes.
Commissioner Forte.
All right, that is adopted.